Hey there, today I'll be showing you how to draw popular MMOs. So we're going to start by drawing the character facing forward holding two swords. So let's start at the top of the mask with the opening. So at the top here, we're just going to draw a straight line across. From here we're going to angle two lines going up, one towards the left and then one towards the right. From here we're going to angle down at a 90-degree angle, so going down so it's squared. And we're going to come back in and we're going to leave a little gap in the center here. So coming down at an angle, we can do the same thing on the right side. And now from here we're going to draw two angled lines coming down to the chin area. So from here, draw an angled line coming down to the bottom of the mask, and same on the right side. From this point, I want to draw the outer trim for the helmet. So this opening here, I'm just going to start on the left side here, drawing an angled line. And I just want to keep a consistent thickness and line around that mask opening. Working my way around. And then as I get to the bottom, I'm going to stop a little bit shorter than the bottom line here. Because what I want to do is I want to wrap this around the sides of the helmet. So from here, the bottom line, I'm just going to draw a short line going across. Do the same thing on the right side. From here, I'm going to go up at an angle to the outside edge of the jaw, and we're going to curve up into that corner of the helmet. So curving in like this. Now we can take these little points on the inside and just draw a straight line going out to the side of the mask. From here, let's draw in some eyes. So on the inside edge of the eyes, I'm just going to draw two curves going up, and then I'm going to draw an angled line going to the outside edge of the eye, and then we're going to curve these back in. Just like that. Let's go ahead and draw the top of the helmet. So from this corner, I'm going to draw an angled line going up to the top of the crown of the helmet here. And we're going to do these two little spikes that come in towards the center. So from the top, go up, and then we're going to come down. Do the same thing on the right side. I want to make sure that we got the same height on both sides. Coming down. From here, I'm going to go up again. Now from here, I'm going to draw in the skull that's going to overlap on top of these spikes. So I'm going to draw almost like a half oval that's sort of closed off at the end here, or opened up at the end here. So drawing an oval, going around from the top of the skull. Now see these points here, I'm just going to pull these down and just tuck them in underneath the skull. From here I'm going to draw two lines coming down on the ends, and then just draw a few little U shapes just to create the teeth for the skull. In the center here, I'm going to draw a little tiny triangle and color that in black. And then on either side, we're just going to draw a circle and then color that in black. We'll do that on both sides, just like this. Along these bottoms of these triangles, I'm going to draw a straight line going from the outside in towards the skull. Just for a little trim detail like that. And then from this bottom edge, I'm just going to pull a straight line out and down. Okay, let's get down to back to the face, and we're going to draw in the center of the body. So in here, I'm just going to step up a little bit. Draw two angled lines coming in towards the center. Now this is going to create the opening for the uniform or the costume. Two lines coming down, and we're going to draw that first little hinge or that knot in the center. So two lines coming down, and it's basically a long rectangle. Let's go ahead and color all this area in black. Just clean this up on the inside there. Okay, so we got that. Let's keep working our way down towards the waist. So the waist I'm going to draw down to here. So I'm going to take this black strip and just extend it again, the two short lines, and then draw another sort of buckle going across, like a rectangle. We're going to color the center area in black. And we're going to keep working our way down. So two short lines again, coming down from the middle. Now we're going to go outwards. We're going to go out to split the top this, and we'll work our way to the side. So we're going to draw 2 lines going out towards the waistline. Now I don't want to go too far out because I don't want to go past the sides of the head here. But what I want to do is I want to drop down a little bit and draw an angled line coming from the helmet down to the hip. So right up here, we draw an angled line coming down to the hip, just intersecting that line. We'll do the same thing on the right side. So angling down, this. Now we're just going to trim around this little shape here for the belt. So starting down here, we'll go across, we'll go up, and we'll come down on the right side. And back across to the side of the body. We'll color all this in black. Yes. Now in here we're going to draw another skull. So we're just going to try to match the same size skull as we have on the helmet down here. So starting on the left corner, we're going to draw that oval, leaving it open on the bottom, and we're going to draw 2 short lines coming down, and then we'll connect those 2 sides with a series of U shapes. Let's draw that little triangle for the nose, color that in, and then 2 small circles on either side of the nose for the eyes. Now we're going to go back from these corners, we're going to draw 2 lines coming in, we're going to basically take this and flip it over. So we're going to go across, let's make this a little bit longer, and we'll come down to a point. Here we're going to draw in the loincloth. So there's a cloth that comes down from the corners here, and curve down and in. And you can see that it sort of spreads out a little bit this way. I'm going to connect those 2 points with a straight line, but along the way, I'm just going to draw these little peaks, just to show little tears in the cloth. And you can make one a little bit shorter than the other. If you want, you can come up here and just pull a couple lines, just to show a little bit of wrinkle. Let's go ahead and draw in the legs. So the legs I'm going to draw curved out towards the bottom of the feet. I'm going to draw the feet down to about here. So from this corner of this hip, I'm going to curve out to the bottom of the left foot, and then go to the right side and do the same thing. So we're balancing this out. We're going to go across the bottoms of the feet on both sides. Make this a little bit longer. And then we're going to curve this up, trying to keep this width consistent all the way through. So curving up underneath the cloth, then up here, we'll do the same. We want to give these legs some thickness. So from this corner, we're going to just pull in a couple short angled lines, just to give it a little bit of perspective. And then from here, I'm just going to pull this up underneath that cloth. Do the same thing on the right side. Let's give a little bit of detail on the legs. So from left to right, I'm going to go across. We'll do an upside down V, and then we're going to go across. In this area, I'm just going to pull a line angled up. Let's do the same thing on the right side, starting from the inside of the leg, going across. Do that upside down V, and then going across. We're just going to thicken all this up by trimming it out. So we're going to go to the top, just above that line, and just trace above it. Like that. Okay, so we got the legs. Let's get into the arms. So one arm I'm going to have down, one arm I'm going to have up, with 2 swords. We're going to start this off by drawing in some shoulder pads. So up here, I'm going to draw a curve going down. Now from here, I'm just going to draw a right angle coming down like this. I'm going to draw the bottom edge of that shoulder pad coming across like this. From here, I want to draw a very simple block arm, just like sort of similar to how we did the leg. So from here, about halfway down this shoulder pad, I'm going to go across and up. So we're curving up. From here, I'm going to come straight down. From this point, I want to draw a curve going up and underneath the body. And then we're going to go a little bit narrower as I come up towards the body. So you get to see it gets pinched in as you come up. Now, with the sword, I'm going to plug the sword into the hand. So simply, I just want to put the handle bottom right down here. So I'm going to draw 2 short lines coming down. I'm going to intersect a horizontal line across, 2 short lines down, and it's going to be like a rectangle, basically, on top. Under here, or above the hand here, we're going to draw the top of the handle. So from this corner of the hand, we're going to draw an angle up, and on this side, we're going to go up. Draw 2 short horizontal lines for the edge, and we'll come in, and then we'll cap it off by drawing a straight line across. Here, the start of the sword. So from here, on the left side, I'm going to draw an angled line going up. On the right, we'll do the same thing. Now from here, I'm going to draw 2 angled lines from halfway down this line up towards the center. So we create almost like a diamond shape. From the center here, I want to draw a line going up to the tip of the sword. So as straight as we can draw. And then from this point, I want to draw a curve coming in and then curving back out. So we give the sword some shape. So curving in, and then we'll curve and flare back out to that point. We'll do the same thing for the right side. So curving out, in, and then flaring back out. Let's go and draw in a little bit of detail here. So I'm just going to draw a couple of separation lines. So one here, and then one right there. Let's go ahead and draw the same thing on this side, but this arm we're going to tilt up, so the shoulder pad is going to be stretched this way. Starting from the same height, we'll curve up. Draw a straight line coming down, and then just the bottom of that shoulder pad going across. Let's draw on the top of the arm. So from here, halfway across this line, we're going to curve up to the tip of the hand. We're going to draw the front edge of the hand coming down. I'll make sure that we got relatively the same length lines on both arms. From here, I'm going to take this point and come right in to the body. So with a curved line coming across. Now if you want, you can go ahead and draw in that detail I drew here. So drawing one line here and one line there. Let's draw in the butt end of the sword. 2 ends coming down. So you can see this angle that I have here. I want to draw the sword in that same angle. So the handle will be in that same angle as well. Little rectangle, straight line across. Let's draw the top edge of the sword handle. 2 angled lines. Now I want to draw, again, this angle has to be square with everything else in the sword. Come across and down. Now we're going to draw those 2 side lines going out. From here, going out. Now from here we're going to draw that little diamond. And then from here I just want to make sure that I follow that same line going up to the tip of the sword. So coming up like that. We'll draw the flared side, so coming out and in. And we'll pull that back out to that point. Here we'll do the same thing, so curving out, back in, and then flaring out. And that's pretty much it. There we have it. There's Popular MMOs. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Please give us a like and share this with your friends. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.